everyone. I hope you're doing well. And this is your Royal Daily News for September 26th, 2022. In Oslo, Her Majesty Queen Margrethe II of Denmark is back and looking better than ever. Last Tuesday, the Danish Royal Court announced that Her Majesty had tested positive for COVID-19 after attending the funeral of the late Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II in London. The Royal Court also confirmed that Her Majesty's symptoms were, quote, normal, end quote, and that she was in isolation at Fredensborg Slot. This afternoon, Her Majesty the Queen received the prestigious 2022 Nordic Association Language Award from Her Majesty Queen Sonja of Norway during an intimate ceremony held at the Nordic's house. Since 2010, the Nordic Association has presented the Language Award annually to an individual, institution, authority, or organization that has contributed to the strengthening of the Nordic language. Her Majesty Queen Margrethe II of Denmark received the Nordic Association Language Award for being an important voice for the Nordic cooperation, partnerships, community, and language. According to a press release, the Nordic Association noted that Her Majesty's messages has, quote, long been that younger people in the Nordics should use the Scandinavian languages more in their meetings with each other, end quote. Prior to receiving the award, Her Majesty Queen Sonja of Norway gave a speech, stating, quote, Dear Daisy, it is a pleasure for me to be able to present you with this award. It is well deserved. Through the many years of friendship, and not least on our ski trips over 20 years, I have had the pleasure of enjoying your exuberant, lively relationship with the Nordic languages. Those of you gathered here may not be aware of it, but Queen Margrethe has covered at least 1,294 km on skis in Norway. This has been calculated after 15 long weekly trips in the Norwegian mountain home. On these trips, you have contributed to the situation comedy and linguistic imagination in an entertaining and knowledgeable way, which has been a great joy for all of us in the team, the tour group. You beam like a child with joy at putting together new words and expressions. The eyes and the face light up, yes, the whole body smiles, when you have found a festive expression, and you have an impressive ear for languages. You speak fluent Swedish, French, and English, and after a few days in Norway, you of course speak fluent Norwegian. Perhaps you also speak Icelandic, Faroese, and Greenlandic after your visits there, but possibly not Finnish after visiting Finland. Dear Margrethe, you are a role model for all of us with your conscious use of the language and your knowledge of our common cultural, linguistic, and historical roots. In this way, you contribute to making the Nordic people more confident in their identity in a community of nations with close ties. We need that, end quote. Meanwhile, in the south of France, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Frederik of Denmark participated in the 2022 Les Voiles de Saint-Tropez sailing regatta. And I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, but that's okay. On Saturday, the Crown Prince attended the 2022 Danish Defence Academy's Cadet Ball held at Frederiksberg City Hall. After the Crown Prince gave his speech, the ball continued at Frederiksberg Slot with music by the Royal Life Tambour Corps. In Oslo, their Royal Highnesses Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway attended the opening of the 15th edition of the Oslo Innovation Week held at the Oslo City Hall. The overall theme of this year's event is Scaling for Global Success. According to a press release, Oslo Innovation Week is an, quote, umbrella event which includes over 60 events hosted by both Norwegian and international incubators, investors, and startup ecosystem builders in Oslo. Oslo Innovation Week, which is, not to be nitpicky, is actually only 4 days, brings forward new voices and innovation in action. The Oslo Innovation Week aims to highlight bold solutions that solve real global challenges through entrepreneurship, technology, and innovation. The Oslo Innovation Week believes in creating sustainable solutions by bridging differences and forming new power couples, pushing the world forward through collaboration, end quote. During today's event, Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette-Marit attended the panel discussion entitled How to Create a Good Ecosystem for Talent. with participation from Mr. Jimmy Byram from Variable, Miss Jessica Blenchingberg from Maria 101, and Professor Amir Sasson, with moderation by Miss Ida Susanna Fatah. In Brussels, His Majesty King Philippe of the Belgians presided over the taking of the oath ceremony of Mrs. Katrien Jaden, an appointed judge at the Constitutional Court, in the presence of the Prime Minister of Belgium, Mr. Alexander De Croo, held at the Palais Royal. Last evening at the Stade de Luxembourg, His Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume of Luxembourg, accompanied by the Luxembourg's Minister of Sports, Mr. Georges Engel, the President of the Federation Luxembourg Football, Mr. Paul Philippe, and the Mayor of Luxembourg City, Mrs. Lindy Pulfer, attended a football match between Luxembourg, the Red Lions, and Lithuania. The Red Lions won the match 1-0. After the match, His Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume met with the players and the manager of the Red Lions, Mr. Luc Holtz, to congratulate them on their win. Yay! Congratulations. In Madrid, His Majesty King Felipe VI of Spain presided over the opening ceremony of the university course for the year 2022-2023 held inside the Humanities Building at the Universidad de Educación a Distancia. The UNED is the largest public university in Spain in both number of students and academic offerings, as well as the largest campus in Europe. Since 1972, the UNED has been dedicated to, quote, universalizing quality higher education through a model of online and blended learning. The mission of the UNED has been to guarantee fair and equal access to the university. End quote. In the afternoon, His Majesty the King held an audience with a delegation from the Mount Vernon Ladies Association on the occasion of the association's academic cultural trip to Spain held at Palacio de la Zarzuela. According to a press release, the purpose of the MVLA's visit to Spain is to attend, together with the Spain-USA Council Foundation, an academic symposium held at the San Fernando Royal Academy of Fine Arts. In Rome, His Royal Highness Prince Charles of Bourbon-Two Sicilies, Duke of Castro, accompanied by his two daughters, Her Royal Highness Princess Maria Carolina of Bourbon-Two Sicilies, and Her Royal Highness Princess Maria Chiara of Bourbon-Two Sicilies, and Her Royal Highness Princess Beatrice of Bourbon-Two Sicilies, visited the headquarters of the Sovereign Military Order of Malta. During their visit, a ceremony took place in which Prince Charles, through his family's charity, conferred the diploma of the Sacred Military Order of St. George to the head of the Order of Malta. And finally, last Saturday afternoon, Her Serene Highness Princess Charlene of Monaco officially opened a new luxury boutique in Monte-Carlo. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow on Tuesday, September 27th, with all the latest royal news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful Monday evening and a great day tomorrow. And also, I would just like to say thank you all so much for your kind messages of support for when I decided to take a couple of days off. It means a lot to me, so thank you guys for understanding. I really appreciate it. So, with that being said, again, enjoy your evening, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.